YouTube? What's going on today? Well, I tell you what I got going on today. On a parts hunt. Mostly hardware stuff, but other than that, that's about all. And got to go check out my brother's truck in a little bit. See what he got going on. But other than that, I ain't doing that for real. This is supposed to be my maintenance day where I take care of my own personal stuff and take care of paperwork. But as the powers that be, I can't do that today. But aside of that, it is a balmy 54 degrees here today. This morning it was about 32, 33, something like that. Starting to warm up a little bit, and as you see, I always dress for the weather, dress for the occasion. Can't really complain. Still early. Still early. But regardless of how early it is, I'm always working. Either at the house, around the house, in the house, neighbor's house, something. But I can't complain. It's a blessing to still be able to move and handle business as necessary. I hate this shirt. It always catches my beard. So of course we're just riding along to the spot. I didn't realize it was that late when I started this stream either. But it's all good. It's Monday. It really is Monday. But what we're doing today, right now, I'm going over to the spot, of course, to go see if I can find a few small items that I need to take care of my own stuff. Looking for an ignition coil, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and just buy new anyway, because they usually pull them off and they go with the motor in most cases. But we're gonna find out in a little bit how many we got left out here. Trying to find some stuff for this 2010 Toyota Camry. And the stuff that I need for the truck is just little stuff. It's just little minor stuff, nothing major. But I'm gonna go out here and have a look and see what we come across. Today should be a little bit interesting because I don't think nobody's at work today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one or two people. But it's always the same two that are working. The parts pullers and stuff like that. But the office people, they're always there. They go out and pull parts. Never. So that would leave me and Sherlock in most instances. Oh man, oh man. But either way, it's gonna be interesting. And he's over here trying to jump this truck off. Trying to jump off a diesel. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That's why he's sitting there for so long. Let me grab my stuff while y'all sit here and watch me, I guess. Okay, got to get my gloves and my 10mm sockets and ratchet. Guess I'll take the electric. How'd I do that? Y'all at me like y'all up in here. What's going on, Jeffrey? Yeah, I still do. Yep. I do contract work for the post office. Yeah, it ain't slowed down at all. It's still moving. I'm trying to get a few things ready before I go out here in this yard. What's up now?
You're going.
All right. Yes, sir. For the post office, it depends on what you're trying to do. For me, I'm technically an independent contract to do maintenance, which requires you having all of your business stuff together. But to do carrier, you had to take the test. I took the test, passed the test. You have to score at least a 70. And if you're retired military or ex-military or what have you, you get your, what is it called? It's like a 10-point preference to do mail carrier. And if you do mail carrier, don't do the, well, it depends on where you at. If you do rural, okay, for the carriers, if you do rural, in most cases you had to use your own vehicle, or you can lease a vehicle to do that part of it. And also you can do rural as a contract too. I don't know if you know that part, but if you do it, you still had to pass the test. The only difference is if you do it as a contract, you can float between post office. And I got a lot of people that do that enjoy it, because they kind of make their own schedule off of it. Some of them work 3 times a week, whereas everybody else is pretty much on schedule. So it just depends on what you want to do, or what you feel that you can do. But yeah, I've worked out there. Yeah, I'm on contract now about 6 years. Yeah, the mail carrier isn't bad. Of course, just like with any job, certain times of the year, it gets busy. But that's just the nature of the beast. And as long as that happens, it's always going to do what it do. I don't know if you can hear me. I got a diesel truck next to me. Hey, what's going on? But it's always going to do what it's going to do, regardless. But wherever you take the carrier test at, make sure that they set you up an appointment and an appointment time that works for everybody. Because if you just, well, I take that back. They won't just do it like that. They'll wait for you to sign up and everything to do your carrier test, and they're gonna get as many people in as they can to go ahead and take the test at the same time. Because of what they do, they try to get as many people in at once, and then they do the testing. So that's how that part works. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. The carrier test is mostly memory. So remember that when you're doing your test. And as long as you remember that, you pass. I passed on the first try. And everybody's like, well, you got that 10-point preference, which I didn't even have to use the 10-point preference. I passed it without the 10-point preference. But the 10-point preference just pushed me in a little bit further. I don't know why I'm out here with my coat unzipped. Because I'll be cold in a minute. Let's see. What do we have? I think the Tundra's still out here somewhere. I gotta get 2 10mm bolts off of it. And still find a Camry with the engine still intact. Or at least a coil pack or 2. Yep, our truck is still here. Let's see. Because they got that going on and a few other things. But I'm trying to get as much as I can did before tax season starts. Tax season for me means work. But it's good money though. Let's see. Maybe they took it out. I don't know. I doubt it. Nope, still there. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, for mail carrier though, if you get picked up right now, you'll be in the best part of it because it won't be as busy like it is during the end of the year. Because it actually picks up around October, beginning of the fiscal year. Everything's going on. Okay, that's still there. Too bad I don't get any of that. But yeah, like I was saying, the fiscal year starts in October. Okay. Oh yeah. It's still there. I just need those 2 little 10mm bolts. Let's see if I can set y'all up somewhere. Probably can't, but maybe right there. That probably works. got that. Now, what else do I need? Put this up so I don't lose it. Crap, and the visor's in here too, and I need that. It's gray. Oh well. I don't think anybody's gonna be looking that close. Oh, boy. Now, let's see if we can't find the Camry. I didn't bring my wire cutters, but I may come back and get the harness off of it as well. But today we're just gonna find little bitty stuff. Wow. Smells like old gas out here today. Somebody's working. Oh boy. Cadillac. Still got to find some XTS stuff too. Haven't really been looking. I have another Cadillac project that I'm working on. It's almost close to being done. I got to reprogram the key fob on it because what had happened was, which I think is crazy, the key will start the car, but it won't open the doors. Probably because a lot of people that do the programming, they tell you need 2 keys. And with those 2 keys, if you don't have both keys, it won't start. Which I honestly don't really quite get. But hey, never know. That one still got the motor in it. And that's the one I need. Lovely. A bunch of stuff was in there. I was gonna do my running joke that everybody's got the same color jackets on out here. Which they're over there somewhere. Oh. Junkyard find. That one's already gone. Interior and everything. Get out of his way because he can't see. Same jacket, same color. I don't know. Jay's gonna have to tow something from the back here, like. End. We're out of the way. Oh crap. Let me go check back over here, see if I see any Camrys that still have the engines in it. Besides the one that I seen. Probably just gonna have to break down and get a new one. Because a little, I know at least that way, if I get a bad one, I can always take it back. Hey, what's going on now? But yeah, with the old one, it's a gamble. You're rolling the dice. Sometimes it's not worth it if you got to do a lot of work to get to it. Yeah, I think new will be better. A lot of Sonatas and Kia Optimas. Honda Accord, Honda Civics. That's about it. And the Prius, I don't know if it still has the battery pack in it. Probably do. But I'm willing to bet you that the high voltage fuse is still in there, which should have got pulled when they pulled it out here. Ew. Genesis. I bet the motor's out of this Scion. I have a very strong feeling that it is. No, it's not. Which is refreshingly strange. Let's see what we can see. Oh, they did pull one out. Don't know what the hood prop is, but Somebody changed the oil cap on it. Told you I was barely working today. Well, let's see if this gamble pays off. So now, got that one, then you got one next to it. It has a lot of tape on it, which is even scarier. So, that one's still in there too. It's real scary. Well, I shouldn't say scary. I should say interesting. Yeah, they ripped the hood open to get this thing up. The harness is gone. So what does that mean? Somebody need the wiring harness. And look like they just cut it, but I could be wrong. Probably didn't. They probably just got the whole harness. Like they had vermin under here too. See, no, I take that back. It wasn't. Yeah. Guess what's wrong with this one? Or was wrong with it? This is probably original coil and everything. But yeah, when you see that, that's when you know the valve cover gasket was just worn out. And those seals around there were just letting everything go in and go by. So there's a 100% chance that this may not work. It's just a matter of trying to continue to gamble, I guess, and see if it's actually worth it. But just remember, you get electrical parts from the junkyard, you're not guaranteed to have a 100% good working part. In most cases, you can. And this is, like I said, this is the original Toyota coil, ignition coil. You can tell by how flattened the seal is. That thing has been leaking for a little bit longer than a few days. Ooh. Put that there and wipe this oil off. Yeah, this thing still works. That'll be interesting. Yeah, because the boot's all falling apart on me now. Look at that. Something like that, you just had to salvage and cross your fingers. Because in most cases, it don't work. But y'all know me, I'm gonna try it anyway and see what happens. If it works, I just put another one on there. It's just a temporary thing, not permanent. Like I said earlier, sometimes we don't want to spend the extra money to buy the stuff, especially when you're doing troubleshooting. But then you can also test it out too. Just to make sure everything still works. In most cases, you might get lucky. In most cases, you won't. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here and go check out my brother's truck. I'll talk to y'all a little bit while I'm doing that before I get to his house. break the door off. With that being said, going to the next destination. See what we can come up with, if we come up with anything. Oh yeah. I have an affiliate store too as well. If you know that you need certain tools to work on certain cars, check out my affiliate store on Amazon. Got a lot of cool stuff in there. Also too, I got work clothes, uniforms, gloves, stuff like that, also in there. So it's something for everybody. You might can find something for your old lady, your girlfriend, your wife, kids. I don't know. Got a few electronics too. But with electronics, I usually have like little portable speakers, the little Bluetooth ones, when I'm working in certain places where I need some type of ambient noise. And it works out pretty good, you know. I gotta remember what I did with my key. Ooh. Oh yeah, my other running joke. I got pants on today. So that was a running joke that I used to do when I do my lives. I would tell people, hey, why am I out here at the junkyard with a pair of shorts on? But hey, things we used to do to make stuff happen. That Nissan sounds terrible. It's not running on all 8, I tell you that. Now time to go for a ride. I haven't bought any more cars lately. I'm literally slacking. I don't know how to feel about that. But the season is upon us. I got to get myself together to go buy more cars to start selling, fixing, stuff like that. Because in a few months, I'm not going to be able to work like I'm working now. Nothing bad, just getting ready for take a break for a little bit. Spend a little bit of time with the grandkids and stuff. You know, we miss out on a lot of stuff dealing with work. And we neglect the ones that we have because we're busy trying to provide for them and yourself and neglecting yourself in the process. So this year I said I was gonna do better with that, so. And I will. I definitely got to do better because, like I said, I got grandkids and kids that that barely see me. Just got to slow down a little bit and then just start working on stuff that I got, my own projects, get them moving or sold or whatever I want to do with them. Either way, they're right now they're starting to take up space, and that's the last thing I wanted, because I'm not even joking when I say this, I lost track of how many cars I have, because I have cars in so many different places that if I have the keys out at home, I'm like, what the heck does this key go to? I'm not even joking. And when you think like that, you're like, oh wow, oh, I do have this car, or yeah, it just throws you off. But can't really complain, because most people can't afford to do that. They can have expensive hobbies. I take the bet you can have expensive hobbies. A lot of people just don't know how to balance them. And as for me, as far as balancing my hobbies and my projects, I'm way behind. Way behind. But like I said, I got to do better with a lot of stuff. And I don't make New Year's resolutions at all. I'm a firm believer that whatever change you need to make, you go ahead and do that without waiting to the end of the year to do it. Bumpy road. But yeah, a lot of people do that. They wait a year or 6 months or 3 months before they change up whatever they need to change up, instead of just going ahead and change it up. Because to me, it makes sense to remedy the problem as you find it, instead of waiting to see how much you want to be tortured. But yeah, I enjoy it. That's why I do it. But at the end of the day, it's dark. It's nighttime. Can't do it forever. I might need to make a stop before I go here. I think I will. It's not gonna have me out of the way that far. Maybe like 4 or 5 minutes or so. Yes, indeed. Dude, how you gonna get over on top of me and you're not even supposed to be in this lane? This is just I don't know if we're getting any snow down on this end in the next few days, but I will say this: if you got to work out in the cold, make sure you got everything to stay warm. Should have brought that stuff so I can drop it off too. Forgot about that. It should be okay though. I should be able to come back and drop it off later on. Haven't been to Pull Apart in a while, but I got to go there and take care of some stuff because I know they had a car just pull out in the road and just sit there. But yeah, it's some stuff at Pull Apart I need to go check out because I got a call. They got a few cars out there. I don't know how good they are or how worthy they are to resell, but on average they're going prices there at the Pull Apart in Birmingham are about $1,900, $1,900 to $2,500. Okay, Mazda 3. Let's see. It's probably gonna be some outrageous price, but I'm gonna go and see just because. And they still got an Altima with a missing front end. I don't like Altimas simply because they have garbage transmissions. The Maxima is a little bit more robust, but it's still the same transmission. I think all their cars got those little rubber band transmissions in them anyway. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we